everybody, and welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. Today, I found a place that I don't think has been here before. I'm pretty sure this is a new location, but I was here doing the Queen of the Hunt daily when I found this kind of odd area with a plane just kind of crashed around. So I decided that I wanted to explore, because honestly, I don't even think I've explored this top right of the map before. At least not to a full extent. So I did. And I found this location in the corner of my eyes that has a Mirelurk and a Mirelurk King impaled. And when I turned behind me, there was a door to a new location, at least new to me, and I went in. And it's actually a pretty cool place, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely interesting, especially when you walk in and you see a ginormous, like, Mirelurk mama dead and impaled, but you know, that's not important. There are blood eagles in here, and they do kind of ignite you on fire, but you know, it's all part of the flavor, all part of the barbecue, and it's questionable. I don't think this location was here before. It is not named. I know I showed the map a bit, but it's got blood eagles. It's got Mirelurks all over, and Mirelurks that also don't seem to attack the blood eagles, which later on I kind of figured out why, and I'll mention that later, but I don't know, this place was really weird. And the weirdest part about it was really just kind of the fact of Mirelurks and blood eagles just like chilling together. And especially when you get towards the back of the cave, or kind of like the end point, there is a random as hell button, and it's just kind of there. And you're going to see what I mean in 1 second right here, after I get obliterated by a guy in power armor. And there's the button over to the left of where I'm looking, but it will not open, potentially. And it's kind of finicky, very annoying to deal with, and I didn't know what to do here, because I got so confused why nothing was happening when I was clicking it. So I did the only logical thing that 76 players do when something doesn't work: leave and join a new server and try again. So after getting lost, and I mean lost, like it took me 30 minutes to find my spot back. I had to find a weird log cabin and almost die and all that good jazz. I got back, took care of all the blood eagles again, and to no one's surprise, it really just didn't open or do anything. But I did exactly what all 76 players would do in this situation: leave and join again. Yeah, I tried again for the third time, but this time I'm gonna try something a little different. So finally finding my spot again, I went back in and only took out blood eagles, and not the one in power armor, just the blood eagles here in the main room, and I left all the Mirelurks and the guy in power armor alive. And this time, thank heavens, it actually opened. So after I opened this door, I went to taking out everybody, including their little Mirelurk friends. So let's check what's inside of this little area. Inside of here is actually not bad. Now, I don't know if this area refreshes. I'm assuming it does. So if it does, this actually isn't a bad place to come back and just loot up a bit. But there is a ton of decent junk items in here for you to scrap and get some resources. There is also some very decent amount of loot when it comes towards weapons. And it also looks like behind these boxes, which I'll get a better view of it in a second, it really looks like there may be a door or a passageway that's kind of covered up. This is just me theorizing. This is not official or anything, but I think this might be used later in maybe some future Fallout 76 DLC. Now right here is also like 4 guns and a ton of ammo. Well, I say a ton of ammo, it's not really a ton, more like junk and all that good jazz. So it's actually not a bad spot to come grab some items, specifically for new players. I don't think it's an instance, so I don't think the enemies are that high of power level. But truth be told, I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely worth coming over here and checking it out. Now, right here is where I jump up on here and look behind, and it looks like they just put some grass in front of what was going to be a farther path. So I'm really curious if this is going to come in later, and these boxes will be moved, and there's going to be something very important over there. Now, there is a tiny bit of a story when it comes to this little area, and I'm going to tell you a bit about it now. So, if you want to explore it for yourself, I'm just warning you now either to mute the video for a little bit or whatnot, because I'm going to just kind of go over it. There is a couple of notes that you can find in this location that kind of tells you a little bit of a story. So, after these blood eagles got here and took out that mama Mirelurk, whatever you want to call it, they managed to take this place over, and then the baby Mirelurks hatched out of their eggs and just didn't attack them. Like, they saw them as a neutral thing, or like as their moms and dads, their parents, and they didn't attack. That's why they don't attack each other, and they're on the same team. It's kind of odd, and makes you think that that might be a feature coming in later. Are we going to get companion pets? That would be pretty cool to have a pet Mirelurk. And while exploring, you will find a ton of odd things, like this teddy bear with murderous intentions in a sewer, and it's kind of actually creepy. This location has got a lot of cool stuff, and I definitely think you need to come over here. There's a ton of good stuff, a ton of good loot, junk, all that good jazz, but it's definitely worth a visit. Now, this one is just really far in the top right of the map. So if you're not doing like the quest or the daily quest, Queen of the Hunt, or doing any of that, you might not find it. So here is a map so you can find it yourself and explore it, because honestly, it's a cool place. And if you haven't heard of it, you don't know where it is, absolutely come check it out. I'm pretty certain it's new. And with that being said, that is it for this one. This location is so cool. It's honestly a definite worth going to visit place. The Mama Mirelurk, as I like to call it, or Mirelurk Mama, is super tall. And the whole idea of Mirelurks and Blood Eagles kind of being together and not attacking each other is a little weird, and actually might play a role later on. I'm not sure if this is going to be anything important later on. Like I said, that looks like there's that passage behind the little crates that, might lead to somewhere crazier later on. And or there might not be anything to do with this area later, and this is just it. A fun little kind of gag story told by Bethesda here in a kind of unnamed location. Just something to check out and find while you're out and about, and just kind of one of those happy little enjoy things. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. That's the end of it. And if you did, please like this video, subscribe for more Fallout, and also Starfield, Destiny, Left 4 Dead, and a couple of other games. We dabble in it all. We have a lot of funny moments and guides / tips and tricks, so you absolutely have something you would want to watch. And with that being said, I don't have much more to say. Comment your thoughts on this, and yeah. So, without further ado, as always, I'll see you in the wasteland.